Life has a funny way of teaching us the most valuable lessons when we take a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect. The insights you've gained today aren't just ideas, they're tools waiting to be used. Imagine the transformation you could achieve by practicing mindfulness, reshaping your perspective, nurturing your relationships, and rediscovering the balance between love and passion. So here's the challenge. What's one thing you'll do differently starting today? Will you take 5 minutes to meditate, set healthier boundaries in your relationships, or perhaps shift your mindset to embrace happiness in the little moments? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how these lessons resonate with you. And if you found this journey inspiring, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to the Books That Transform channel and turn on notifications. There's so much more to discover, and together, we'll continue unlocking the wisdom hidden in life's pages. Let's make this journey unforgettable, starting now. Rediscovering Peace. The video explores the struggle of feeling overwhelmed in a fast-paced life and presents strategies for achieving mindfulness and tranquility. In today's whirlwind of deadlines and constant notifications, isn't it ironic how we crave tranquility, yet never pause to embrace it? Mindfulness isn't about turning life into a slow-motion film, it's about savoring the moment without letting stress steal the spotlight. Imagine swapping your frantic morning scroll with 5 minutes of deep breathing. Sounds cliché? Try it tomorrow. You'll thank yourself by lunch. Picture this. You're in traffic, horns blaring, your patience unraveling. What if instead of boiling over, you shifted your perspective? Take a breath, notice the rhythm of your heartbeat, and use the time to reflect or listen to an inspiring podcast. Simple moments like these are where mindfulness hides, waiting for you to notice it. Peace isn't a luxury, it's a skill. You can cultivate it, just like learning to ride a bike. Start by practicing gratitude daily, maybe jotting 3 things you're thankful for in a journal. It rewires your brain to notice the good, even in chaos. And speaking of rewiring, let's shift our lens to another powerful tool: perspective. Mindfulness and Perspective discusses the importance of self-awareness, understanding negative emotions, and how our perspective shapes our experience. They say perception is reality, but have you ever stopped to question your lens? A cluttered mind can distort even the brightest day. Mindfulness, my friend, is like wiping a foggy window. It helps you see life for what it is, not what your worries paint it to be. Next time frustration sneaks in, ask yourself, is this a fact or just my interpretation? Negative emotions are like uninvited guests. They show up, linger, and make everything uncomfortable. But here's the twist. Understanding them takes away their power. When anger bubbles up, instead of reacting, try naming it. Frustration, there you are. It's not about denying emotions, but understanding their role in your story. That's emotional balance in action. Perspective is your superpower. Think about a rainy day. One person sees a ruined picnic, another sees a cozy reading session indoors. The rain didn't change, the mindset did. Start small, reframe daily annoyances as opportunities. Stuck in a queue? It's a chance to practice patience. And patience, as you'll see, weaves beautifully into our next topic on happiness. Key insights on happiness. Highlights that happiness is a choice influenced by how we interpret events, rather than the events themselves. Happiness isn't some treasure hidden at the end of a rainbow. It's the way you choose to walk in the rain. Ever noticed how 2 people in identical situations can have wildly different outlooks? It's not about what happens, it's about how you decide to see it. Start asking yourself, is this worth my peace? More often than not, it isn't. Take a moment to reflect on small joys. A steaming cup of coffee, a stranger's smile, or the feel of fresh sheets. These aren't trivial, they're life's subtle reminders of happiness waiting to be noticed. The trick is training your mind to see these moments, not rush past them. Happiness grows in the soil of mindfulness. And here's a game changer. Stop chasing happiness as if it's something external. A bigger house or the latest gadget won't cut it. True happiness comes from within, often sparked by self-awareness. And just like relationships, happiness needs care, which leads us to the art of balance in connections. Relationships and balance stresses maintaining healthy boundaries and balancing closeness to preserve strong connections. Relationships are like gardens. They need nurturing but can't survive overwatering. Have you ever felt drained by always being too available? Healthy boundaries aren't walls. They're gates that let in love but keep out chaos. Next time someone asks for more than you can give, try this. Politely say no, and watch how it strengthens mutual respect. Balancing closeness is tricky, isn't it? Being too distant breeds disconnection, while too much togetherness can smother. Imagine relationships as a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, but always in harmony. A quick tip? Schedule time for yourself without guilt. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. And let's not forget communication, the heartbeat of any connection. Being clear about your needs avoids misunderstandings. For instance, if you're feeling overwhelmed, express it calmly. Strong bonds are built on honesty, and speaking of bonds, love is where things get beautifully complex. Here's topic 5, love and passion, continuing the structure. Love and passion shares lessons about love being precious but requiring balance to avoid overwhelming partners. Love, they say, is the glue that binds us, but too much of it can feel like superglue, sticky and suffocating. Ever caught yourself overthinking every text or gesture from your partner? That's love tipping into obsession. Balance is key. Give your partner space to breathe, they'll come back stronger and more appreciative. Passion ignites relationships, but it's like fire, it needs air to burn. Constant attention can snuff out that spark. Take time to pursue your passions outside the relationship. Whether it's a solo hobby or a night out with friends, showing love to yourself makes you more attractive. Love thrives when it's not smothered. And remember, love isn't just about grand gestures. It's in the small things, a kind word, a gentle touch, or even a moment of shared silence. These moments deepen bonds without overwhelming. Speaking of deep connections, spirituality offers another layer to explore unity and respect in relationships. Spirituality and unity explores commonalities across religions, promoting mutual respect and understanding. Spirituality is like a universal language. It speaks to the heart, no matter the dialect. Have you noticed how most religions preach kindness, love, and understanding? Instead of focusing on differences, imagine the harmony we could create by celebrating these shared values. A small start? Practice compassion. Smile at a stranger or lend a hand to someone in need. Unity doesn't mean uniformity. Think of a choir. Each voice is unique, yet together, they create a beautiful harmony. The same goes for spiritual paths. Whether you meditate, pray, or simply reflect during a quiet moment, these practices connect us to something greater. And this connection fosters emotional balance. Exploring spirituality isn't about finding the right way, it's about discovering what resonates with you. A walk in nature, a heartfelt conversation, or even a moment of gratitude can be deeply spiritual. And speaking of self-discovery, let's dive into life lessons that reshape how we view ourselves and the world. Life Lessons emphasizes the importance of focusing on self-improvement and letting go of concerns about others' opinions. Life has a way of teaching us lessons when we least expect it, like realizing that worrying about others' opinions is a full-time job with no paycheck. Imagine the freedom of living authentically, unshackled by judgment. Start small. Wear that bold outfit, speak up in the meeting, or finally post that unfiltered selfie. Confidence grows with every act of self-expression. Self-improvement isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Think of it as planting seeds, reading a new book, learning a skill, or even committing to better habits. Over time, these tiny actions create a garden of growth, and remember, your journey is uniquely yours. Comparing it to someone else's is like judging a rose by a daisy's timeline. And here's a secret most people overlook. Letting go isn't just freeing, it's transformative. When you stop clinging to the need for approval, you create space for your true self to flourish. This isn't the end of the road, it's the beginning of a deeper journey into mindfulness and self-awareness. Life has a funny way of teaching us the most valuable lessons when we take a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect. The insights you've gained today aren't just ideas, they're tools waiting to be used. Imagine the transformation you could achieve by practicing mindfulness, reshaping your perspective, nurturing your relationships, and rediscovering the balance between love and passion. So here's the challenge. What's one thing you'll do differently starting today? Will you take 5 minutes to meditate, set healthier boundaries in your relationships, or perhaps shift your mindset to embrace happiness in the little moments? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how these lessons resonate with you. And if you found this journey inspiring, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to the Books That Transform channel and turn on notifications. There's so much more to discover, and together, we'll continue unlocking the wisdom hidden in life's pages. Let's make this journey unforgettable, starting now.